time for Mozilla Watch.
I'm watching.
Oh, are we? Okay, let's talk about the good thing.
My watch is set.
Oh, nice. So let's talk about the good thing. There's a good thing going on.
Yeah, there is a good thing
over here. And okay, good is relative. If you hate the word AI, skip maybe 5 minutes ahead, because then we've got another Mozilla topic that's not AI related. But this one I think is a good topic. I think this is really where there are a good few use cases for AI that I think are good. And this is one of them, right? So
yeah, absolutely. This is probably one of the best uses, I feel like. Yeah.
Mozilla included in Firefox 130 an automatic alt text generator for PDF images. So images in a PDF that do not come with alt text already baked into it, Firefox will generate some of that stuff for you on the fly, right? And while I know it's not perfect and it's AI, which makes it even less perfect, I'm in the camp that says some alt text is better than here's an image, we're just not going to tell you what's in it.
Right.
I think it's better to have something than nothing.
I totally agree, because sometimes there are things that the text doesn't really match what you were trying to portray in an image.
Right.
And having that alt text be at least available gets you pointed in the right direction. Even if it's a little bit off, it would kind of give you an idea of where it's going.
Yeah. And that generator needs to be improved, right? And the only way to improve AI stuff, because, garbage in, garbage out, right? The only way to improve AI stuff is to have humans involved. And so Mozilla's putting out a call, help. If you can help, if you can take a look at some of the alt text that's been generated on that stuff and actually help improve that. Like, that's close, but not quite right. Here's how we can fix that. Really just human review. This is the way that they put it. They want to encourage human review so that our users can correct inaccuracies and include any missing details before saving the alt text. So it's really just a way to make what's okay better.
And that's exactly one of the best ways to deploy AI, I feel like, is we all know it's not going to be perfect. And
far from
it. It really does take the humans. And so if we can speed up things, and by getting it, kind of close, and then we give it a little bit of a tweak, I think that's exactly where the humans come into these things.
Right.
And give it that verification, so that it is a lot more accurate. And the more of that you do, it's going to train those models, if you will, and give it the good info so that it can help do it by itself going forward.
Right.
So I think this is a good approach to something that AI can help with.
Exactly. So yeah, would it be better if only humans did that? Yes. But there are not enough humans and not enough eyes and not enough hands and not enough. Right. There's just not enough. And I mean, asking someone to do that on the fly every single time is just, it's not possible.
Yeah, it's that trade-off. Yeah, time or accuracy. And
right.
Somehow we can meet in the middle, right?
Exactly. And I've been thinking about this a whole lot, actually. Just in general, right? Because I'm doing the whole HTML CSS thing, and turns out that it's really easy to add alt text to images in raw HTML. That's actually fairly easy to do. And I recently made a joke on the internet, sometimes, right? And it was just a post on Blue Sky and Mastodon, and it was, got it, first try. And it was an image of me restarting Apache 2, getting into the Apache 2 configuration, restarting, getting into the configuration, restarting, getting into the, right? Obviously, right. I did not get it the first try. But
first time, every time.
Yeah. But I was thinking about the alt text on that, right? And that I could have just typed exactly what's in the image.
Yeah, but that's not what you were trying to portray.
Exactly. And I just sat back and imagined, what would that even sound like? And you probably would have turned off the screen reader by the time the joke ever became apparent, right?
A joke, yeah.
Right. So in the alt text, it was actually a summary, not really a summary of the joke, but it was a better explanation of what was in the image rather than every single character in the image to make the joke more apparent to someone that couldn't see the image, right?
Right. Yeah, because it was supposed to be an image, not just text, because you would have just dumped the text in there if that was what you were trying to do.
Exactly. No alt text required on that one. But again, you wouldn't have even read the whole, what do you call a post on Blue Sky? A
post?
Yeah, okay. A post. How boring. It's more than just random words on a thing. And I think that's where the human element is going to come in to help train those AI things to get a little bit better. Because something, in my mind, is better than nothing. So, if we can make the something a little bit better, it's not perfect, but if we can make it a little bit better, I think it's worth the effort to try.
I agree. I totally agree.
Well,
here's the sad news.
Yeah, here's some other news. Buried in other news. I guess today was a really good day to post this because it'd get buried by other news. But The Verge writes, Mozilla is eliminating its advocacy division, which fought for a free and open web. The Mozilla Foundation laid off 30% of its workforce in late October. Huh.
That's a lot.
Yeah. LReg did a little bit of back of the napkin math and came up with, they're guessing the Mozilla Foundation has about 126 employees. So that means that 30% of them would be approximately 36 people, right? Like, and again, grain of salt, we don't actually know those numbers.
No, but it seems like it puts them a little under 100 as far as probably where their employee count is now.
There it is. So there we go. Everybody, job done. For those that said,
you won.
Yep. For those that said Mozilla just needs to worry about Firefox, congratulations. There you go. There's
the only people that are left, they're going to have to worry about Firefox, huh?
Yeah, you got what you wanted. So they did come back and say, Mozilla came back and say that advocacy is still going to happen, right? Like the people that are getting laid off.
It's a core foundation to their cause.
Their manifesto, right? It's in the manifesto. Advocacy is part of their manifesto. So that is not going away. But I can't help but think that it's going to be severely hampered.
It's going to chip away at it. There's no question. It almost has to a little bit when you don't have the same number of people.
And I've always kind of viewed Mozilla, when they write those blog posts, when they do the work that they do, when they advocate for stuff like that, they're I know it's not the EFF, but it's, in my mind, they fill the same kind of space.
Yeah.
Because it always does tend to, at least to me, seem like they're always looking for a more free, more open web.
Well, I think it helps support the product that we use by issuing those things.
Right.
It backs up the reasoning behind some of the decisions. Certainly, that's a good thing. But it's going to be a hard road without having the same number of people working there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what this is really in response to. I do wonder if they're thinking that sweet Google Cache ain't going to be coming through anymore, and they're just kind of, they're slimming down to prepare for that, to prepare for however else they're going to make money. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's concerning, but sure.
Yeah. And I am curious. I am kind of curious how Mozilla as a company is meant to make money. Because anytime it seems to me, right, they acquire Anonym to do privacy respecting advertisement or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or even make the deal with Google, right? I mean, you're getting in bed with Google, right? There are plenty of people that don't really like that is the direction that they're going, right?
Yeah.
I do wonder, for those that are unhappy with the ways that Mozilla is trying to make money, how else Because I can't imagine a ton of their revenue is coming from Firefox Relay. Can't imagine a lot of their money is coming from the VPN either. And these,
they just get kickbacks on that, right? They don't really. It's Mulvad.
Mulvad, right? Yeah, and so they get a fraction or some whatever of
tiny bits. Yeah,
right. And these are services that I think are the types of services that people that use Firefox, right? Because there's only a few
they go
of
with
us.
Your browser, right? I mean, if you got a browser, maybe you want a VPN. I mean, they go together.
Yeah. So how else? What is left?
What can you do? I mean, let's not go the other proprietary corporate ways where they charge you annual or monthly fees for using the stuff, because I mean, they'd all have to do that. But I mean, that's the way some software is actually funded, right? Is to, you pay for it directly.
Right.
And I don't think that doesn't seem like the likely way to go, because there's nothing there that they could do that with.
So I guess that leads to a couple of different questions, right? One of them is, are you afraid of a browser monoculture? Meaning,
well, we almost have it now.
Right, we're very close. I mean, what is Firefox? Something like 5% of the web.
Small. Right? Yeah,
it is a small fraction of the amount of the browsers that are using the web, and the vast majority is not just a Chromium, but Chrome itself. And then the rest are just Chromium offshoots, Vivaldi, Brave, Opera, I think, right? Or do they use their own engine?
Yeah, Opera, Vivaldi, they're all,
right. And then of course Edge for Windows, and for Linux, you can use it on Linux. That's totally cool too, right? Apparently,
you can.
So, are we afraid of a browser monoculture like that? Are we okay with Chromium?
I don't know about okay with it, but I think it's happening.
Yeah, right. It is certainly happening. There's no mistaking that is the way that things are going. But I guess I'd like to know: are you okay with that? If Firefox, I mean, continues on this downward trend, if Firefox eventually just fizzles out and goes away.
Mm-hmm.
Then are you okay with just moving over to a Chromium and it would be okay with you? So, yeah, let us know.
I'd use what I had to use, but okay, I don't know. Yeah, I'm curious to hear what other people think too.
Yeah, definitely let us know. This is something I'd like to talk about a little bit more. And, bonus question is, how do you think Firefox could make money?
Yeah.
Because apparently they need all the help they can get.
Well, I think anybody does this developing software. They need a revenue stream. Yeah. You got to pay the developers.
Right. And so right now there's no way to directly fund Firefox. You fund Mozilla, who then decides where that money goes, and that may or may not be Firefox, right? I've seen that argument over the web a little bit.
Yeah, they have some overhead and administrative charges that they pay for.
Yeah, some salaries, whatever. But the question I had in mind when I said I have two questions. First is the monoculture question. Are you okay with that? But the second is, if Firefox went to a purely funded model, would you pay to use Firefox? Monthly cost, yearly cost, something like that. I don't know how much that would be. What do you think would be fair? But would you pay for Firefox to use it, to continue to use it, to be a bulwark, a bastion against monoculture? That, I think, may be the only other way, besides finding some good funding, right? Finding some way, some service, something to give to people that they actually want to pay for. Would you pay for Firefox itself?
Yeah, or you go full on evil and you insert advertising into things.
Well, right, and that's kind of
because that's an option.
They're not injecting advertisements or anything like that, but they are sort of going down that road with Anonym, right? Which is
right, but I meant like actually.
Oh, you mean the Brave model?
Maybe. Ugh. I don't know.
Yeah, that one's
well,
rough.
I mean, it's a funding source. I didn't say it was a good idea. I just
True.
said that's a way to make money, whether you like it or not. It's a thing.
You are correct. The ick factor is real on that one, though.
Oh, it's high.
Yeah. But right, like so, I think you can buy ad space from Google or you can buy it from Mozilla/Anonym, right? You get less personal data from Anonym because they explicitly don't have it.
Right.
I can't see a world
Maybe it's
where
better. I don't know.
I mean, it's better for us, but if we always did what was best for the user, then we would live in a utopia, right? I mean, Google wouldn't exist the way that it exists if they were always putting the user's privacy and security and, personal information first.
Right.
It very much is they'll pay for it, so we'll gather it kind of attitude. And that is explicitly not what Anonym is.
Right.
So I can't really imagine a world where Anonym truly wins. Because you're going up against a Google that has that information, and that information is valuable, and people obviously will pay for that information.
Yeah, it lets them target things a little closer to the end where they need to be. Yeah.
And I mean, certainly there's a whole contingent of people that are just all advertisement is evil. Therefore, if getting in bed with an advertiser, even a private one, is absolutely wrong.
I didn't say it was great.
Yeah. Advertising isn't great, but we're well past that question, that ethical conundrum of is advertising ethical? We answered that question 30 years ago. So
with television?
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Yeah.
Radio
actually,
and like those things, like you go back 60, 70 years, right?
Yeah. Specifically on the internet 30 years ago. But as you're saying, you're right. We answered that question 100 years ago.
We just adapted it for the internet. Yeah.
When we started communicating, you're right. I mean, advertisement is just there. It's pervasive. It will always be there. So I think Mozilla's take on that is, well, why don't we just do it better than them? And by better, I mean better for you, better for people.
Yeah, which is, I appreciate that they're actually doing that.
Yeah. But there's always going to be pushback against that, and I get it. I mean, I understand why, and I don't disagree with you either. Honestly, if we could find a way to fund everything without advertisement, there's a good chance I would be there. But the answer to that is pay for it, and we've seen time and time again. I mean, free is the only way that it'll get used, whatever it is.
We talk about the advertising being poor, but you know what that might do? Prompt people to pay for it.
That's it.
So you want to get rid of the ads? I mean, you use the free one, you get ads.
That's it.
You want to get rid of the ads? You pay for it.
Yeah, it's the freemium model, right?
And maybe that's an approach. I didn't say I like that either, but there it is.
I mean, I actually do that, like with a lot of my applications. The WinRAR method. Maybe not the WinRAR. They were too passive with that. they just let you keep ignoring it forever. Nagware, right? I think that's what that falls under. Nagware. Yep. But you could ignore it forever, right? But the freemium model, if you think of things like Reddit, right? I don't pay for Reddit, but I did certainly pay for Apollo back in the day. When it was still a thing, the Reddit reader called Apollo. I mean, it was great software. I don't mind paying for great software. And so maybe to answer my own question about Firefox, I would pay for it. How much would I pay for it? I don't know. 99 cents a month? Maybe. Would that be enough? How many users would it take to fund development at 99 cents a month?
$12 a year? I don't know. It'd take a lot.
I mean, I can stomach $12 a year to use a browser that I like, to not have to fall into the Chromium trap, to not have to rely on companies that I trust less than Mozilla. I mean, I trust Mozilla for the most part, right? Like, I side-eye them every now and then. I mean...
Yeah, they do some things that make me go, But you're right. Yeah, for the most part, it's pretty good.
Yeah, salaries fall squarely into that. Category of side-eye. But, I do trust Mozilla more than I trust any other browser company out there, maybe besides Vivaldi. Man.
Yeah, they're really, they got your, you in mind as the user pretty well. I agree with that.
I might one of these days.
Which is why that's on my list of things that I do use, yeah.
Yep. If I could buy Firefox merch and a percentage of that merch went to development of Firefox, man. You better believe I'd buy a $12 t-shirt every now and then, just to make sure that I'm repping it. As I'm the only nerd in the mall with caring about Firefox, but I would still do it, and I would know that money is going toward Firefox. That would be really, really cool. But Vivaldi has a store. Firefox doesn't have a store. Vivaldi has a store.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know, man. Some Vivaldi sweatpants or something like that. I think that might be pretty good. So I don't know.
That's cool.
Anyway, let us know what you think.
Please.
Man, rock in a hard place. Rock in a hard place.
No kidding.
But Firefox still my baby. I can't let you go yet. I can't. I won't.
So you can catch all the great links and the topics as they unfold on our Lemmy subreddit and our news channel in Discord. We try to keep up with that stuff, but life. But Leo and I have been doing pretty good lately.
Yeah,
I think we've been getting on top of that.
I got another 5 to go in tonight after we're done recording. They're already earmarked, ready to go.
Nice.
Just got to link them in there. We accidentally, I think, oopsed on Reddit. I went to go post some on Reddit, and apparently we've not been cross-posting over there for a little while.
That might be my fault.
Nope. This is both of us. Nope, don't. I won't let you shoulder that by yourself, Dan. No.
I tell you what, Lemmy just makes it easy because it does. So sometimes I actually go seek out other things on Lemmy, and I'll just cross-post them into our channel.
Yeah.
And that makes it super easy, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I love that. And then obviously that gets posted directly into Discord without much thought, obviously.
That's right.
of what Reddit's doing. Yeah.
That's right. But yeah, so I'm getting back on the horse over there on Reddit too. So if you were one of the few people that were actually, we're one of the larger groups. It's funny, we're in the top.
I know. Well, I've been very good about posting our episodes there. That's for sure.
That always gets done. But yeah, so if you're watching us over on Reddit or watching the news feed over on Reddit, that's coming back online. But yeah, Lemmy's got the feed, man. Lemmy, this is Fediverse.
That's the place.
Stuff, man. I like it. It's just really good. It's just a big cool.
What's handy? You subscribe anywhere. You can do it on Lemmy, do it on Mastodon, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, wherever you want to be.
Big old web circle. I like it.
Mm-hmm. So catch all those things, linuxuserspace.show/ all the stuffs, and you'll find it there, and you can come talk with us, communicate, and chat about the stuff in between shows.